the machines that are set up to create this level of fear have now created these monsters that they can't control.
Yes.
They've created it now, and it's starting to come home to roost. And it ain't going to be pretty.
It ain't pretty now.
No.
Leave your lack of awareness at the door. It's time for Carl and Mike.
Welcome, Carl and Mike. I'm Carl.
I'm Mike.
We're here at our lovely corner bakery cafe on a soon-to-be rainy fall afternoon.
Yes.
How are things going?
It's going good.
Okay, we're done.
Let's go home.
So I've had an adventure with Suzanne, who had a fall and fractured both of her elbows. She's going over to let some house cleaners into our neighbor's house, and the little uneven sidewalk, and kind of at the last moment, throw on some sandals, run over there, kind of thing. Yeah, she ran over and.
Ooh.
Yeah, not good. Not good. Yeah, so I get called over there, and she's on the ground, and it's always a frightening feeling of seeing that. Like what the hell's happened, kind of thing. So you had to do the whole emergency room thing, and 3-hour wait.
Ooh.
At Baylor.
Ooh. Downtown?
No, upscale Baylor.
Oh.
We're on the beautiful part of town.
Oh,
Michael.
That's right. You're fashionable far north Dallas, Baylor.
They're very nice, yeah.
They have waitresses bringing you little
mimosas.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
It's very nice. 3-hour wait and no food.
Yeah.
So then we ran over to the little, kind of quick stop. They have those now. The quick, kind of like 7-Elevens of emergency rooms.
Yes.
You've seen those little things that open 24 hours
But
now?
that's not where you went.
No, that's where we went.
Oh, it was. And it was still a 3-hour wait?
That one wasn't, no. We went to the hospital. That's where the 3-hour wait was.
Oh, so you said, I'm not waiting 3 hours. We went over to the little
No, I don't know if
dock in the box.
She can't move her arms. I don't know if she got spinal. What the deal is, right?
So you go to dock in the box.
Go to dock in the box. She had no wait. 0 wait at dock in the box. But, the guy was a good doc.
Was it an actual doc or a vet?
Yeah, it's a little vet
Tree
working
trimmer.
Part-time. Yeah, it's a part-time guy, on the side when he's not.
Hey, got the white jacket. Hey,
throw on a white jacket and call yourself Bob.
Yeah.
No, he's a fine Dr. Rapp. Fine diagnosis there. But you do kind of want to ask him, why are you working at dock in the box? Did you like get kicked out of the hospital thing? They said, no, I'm sorry, not for you.
Yeah.
Did you apply? And they said, yeah, your grades.
Some of them are associated with hospital. It's a set
really
salary.
Know.
It's a set salary.
It's a set salary?
Yeah, it's
so he just it was a doctor with no ambition,
yeah,
is what you're saying.
Pretty much. Well,
I didn't want to ask him because he's
he's
a middle-aged man. He's obviously settled in.
It's like the vets at PetSmart versus the vet who owns his own place, his own practice. A lot of doctors have their own practice, right?
Well, they could jump in with somebody else's practice, couldn't they?
They could, and a vet could jump in
Couldn't
with
the
their
doctor
own
just work at the hospital?
Some of them do, yes. Attendings, yes, they do that.
What I'm trying to get at is what is the advantage of working at, dock in a box?
Somebody else takes care of all the business shit.
So, okay. Anyway, I didn't ask him that, of course. I just listened.
Those are the guys that have a C-plus average.
They got C+ in medical school?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Really?
That's the cutoff for dock in the box. No worse than C+.
I'm just kind of curious to that kind of thing, because you think, if you went through all this trouble of being a doctor, you want to be making that big bucks. Well, maybe they are making big bucks there.
I don't know.
Charged us $450 by the time we got out of it.
Really?
Yeah. Well, they had X-rays.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, but it gave us a good name of an orthopedic, so we did the whole orthopedic thing. That guy's pretty funny.
Who's that?
What's an orthopedic doctor, Dr. Hansen.
Is he out north?
Yeah, I like him right away because you walk into his office and you know how you get those things, the really nice frame things of, well, usually they do it around sports jerseys and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's signed and we got all the little, this is authentic, because you're paying like $1,000 for it, right?
Yeah.
So it's, they really do it up.
Yeah.
Right? Like, here's the guy that wrote his name in blood for you.
Yeah.
He had it for Caddyshack.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good.
So I liked him right away. Mm-hmm. Anybody who elevates Caddyshack to that level is going to get my vote.
Cool.
Yeah. So
anyway, she's going to be better?
It's going to be better. But, you know, you do a lot of things with your arms. Like everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had to play nursemaid, brush her teeth and comb her hair. And it was an interesting role to play, a role that I'm not used to playing.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, that's like somebody who's basically an invalid to a certain extent.
It kind of gave me a flash forward of being 90 years old or something.
And somebody taking care of you, or you taking
Or you
care
taking
of
care of
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
her, you know.
Yeah.
I think marriage is kind of an interesting institution because when you get married, usually you're in your 20s and you got all the hormonal GBs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's all that physical attraction. I want to mate and often with you. And then it evolves. And then it's like it serves as a companionship and then somehow I'm assuming there's a taking care of each other
from
kind of thing.
that hot kind of mating kind of thing to something that's kind of like, no, we're watching this tonight on TV, and oh, by the way, it's your turn to clean up the dishes.
Yeah, so you get that.
And then one of you gets sick, and the other one wipes the other one's butt.
So they don't tell you that in marriage school.
No, because that would queer the deal.
Huh?
Or, that would queer the deal. Are you
Nobody
gonna
would get married.
No.
Well, no, but you want to have someone as you get older. You don't want to be. I think it'd be harder to be single when you're. Maybe I'm wrong on this. Maybe when you're 80 than when you're 20.
It's the same thing with having a kid. Nobody tells you what you're in for.
Yeah.
At all.
And then you really don't have control over that either.
No.
So how much nurture and how much is environment or born with?
That's a really
Nature nurture question.
I don't know. You know, or how much.
They all come in with distinct personalities, right?
Yeah. Well, there's nature nurture, and then there's also the environment. People that they hang out with once they get in junior high and high school or college.
That makes an impact.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
And all those people have got their own bag of shit that they're dragging around.
It's life, Michael. It's complicated. It's got twists and turns and things you don't expect, and when you do expect it. So the question is,
And
how
there's
much?
really no way to write an operation manual on that.
It's
Because
too
you
variable.
can't expect. Yes.
What about the Bible, Michael?
Huh? Oh,
Or
God.
the Constitution?
Oh, yeah, the Constitution. Yeah.
Let's go to there. I want to do a little follow-up on our gun insanity thing.
Gun insanity.
Yes, episode 62. So I just read something that the NRA supported legislation. It didn't happen, of course, but just the balls of it is intriguing to me.
Yeah.
But this was legislation approved by the NRA that would have made it, ready for this, think about this, a federal offense to propose gun law legislation.
A federal offense to
Yeah,
propose
gun law
legislation. Seriously.
Seriously.
Oh, that is.
That's our
Oh,
House
that
of Representatives in action.
That is serious balls there. Well, that'll never pass. But the fact that they feel secure
You throw
enough to
Ted-
even
wait, no, wait,
propose
wait.
that.
You throw Ted Cruz in there or Donald Trump in there, I still can't believe that's even a possibility.
Oh, it's Trump Clinton now. It's Trump Clinton. So
It's Trump
gonna be
Clinton.
Trump Clinton.
Really?
Yeah, it's
You've
Trump
decided?
Clinton. Yeah. Yeah.
Polls are too strong for him. He doesn't
yeah.
go away.
Yeah, no, I don't think it'll go away.
Yeah. Why do you say it's stronger for him now?
It is. He's just widening. Ben Carson's dropping some. Some of them he's going up, but other ones he's dropping. Everybody else is dropping. And the people that they were counting on to begin with, they're no-shows.
The part I find still stunning is at this stage of the race, because we are coming closer to the primaries now. They do start in January, people.
Yeah.
Carson and Trump, well over 50% of the Republican vote support. They want zero experience.
If Trump was able to talk to Carson and say, hey, why don't you be my running mate? And he goes, sure, that sounds good.
He already took a break to do his book tour. Did you hear about that?
Oh, yeah. You got to make some money.
Come on. Help me out through this. Help me through this.
He had the presence of mind to say, I'm going to take a break from campaigning so I can go through a book tour. But Marco Rubio did not have the presence of mind to say, I'm going to take a break so I can go vote on these laws. He has failed to vote on 44% of the stuff that's come up. 44%.
That's a lot.
Yet there's that real pesky little video that's circulating that says anybody that's not doing their job in Congress, which is to vote, should be removed from office. He said that
He
on
did?
the floor.
No.
Yes. You know
Those
those pesky
pesky
little
videos.
those pesky videos.
Those pesky
coming
darn
back
videos.
out.
I need to get a
It's like,
cut. We
you
need to
know,
put that in our Mighty show notes, that pesky
I was
video.
talking to Kim this morning. I'm going, they just don't get it. They just don't get the optics of this. They don't understand that this shit's going to come back. And it's like that Trey Gowdy guy
Yeah.
that's on the
with
committee
Hillary
right now.
right now,
That's
grilling Hillary.
Yeah. If he doesn't look like some sort of neo-Nazi redneck that would be at home
Yeah.
driving that car with the Confederate flag on it, with some T-shirts with cut-off sleeves, I mean, that's that guy.
You can put him on an SS uniform right now.
Oh, yeah. In fact, I think we should look for that and find some SS guys that look exactly like that, and that is not going to be hard to find,
Yeah.
and then compare the two.
Have you watched any of that today?
Yes, I was watching some of it this morning. It's obvious what it is. I think she's handling herself as well as she can handle herself.
You know, Cummings had a very nice opening statement there.
Where he was laying out all the different
Yeah.
statements, and he was, okay, these are the committee reports, the committee
Yeah.
report, and committee report, and then this is our committee report, which costs $3 to
4
4
point.
million, yeah, whatever
4.5.
millions, $4.5 million in taxpayer money. That's what everybody needs to understand. This show is not free.
Yes.
It's not free.
Who gets the $4.5 million? They're paying researchers. Where's that money going? The committee guys are already
don't know.
being paid their
Yeah,
salary.
I'm sure there's researchers that are getting paid.
That much money?
Just
hire
while
some-
they're doing this, they're not doing other stuff they should be doing.
I don't recall a lot of committees when the embassy in wasn't it in Libya where all
Nairobi,
the soldiers got killed under Reagan?
That was in Lebanon. Yeah.
Lebanon.
Well, and there was a
There were
couple other.
275 Marines killed.
Yeah, there were a couple other.
How many big committees did we do?
Well, she made a good statement on that.
Did she?
Yes, she did. She said
Good.
she mentioned all these other embassies that had been bombed and the killings that had happened, and she said, fortunately, at that time in our history, we worked together, and the Republicans and the Democrats worked together to make it better, to improve things instead of trying to point fingers at who to blame. And she mentioned that
Good
on
for
every
her.
single one of them. So I'm thinking, from what I saw, it's going to come out that she did well on it. The Republicans are foaming at the mouth. You can see it. That's the part that they don't understand the optics. And if you're going to have somebody that's the head of the committee, don't have them look like the guy is the head of the Hitler Youth.
Right.
You don't want that. You want somebody that looks like Grandpa Amos McCoy. Somebody that you'd really like to sit down and eat dinner with.
Right.
Not somebody that, you just will walk around the corner to avoid.
He looks that scary, huh?
Oh, it's like shaved head, and he's got this greasy hair on top of the comb back, kind of like a faux hawk.
Redneck.
Jesus, yes.
Where's he from?
Central Cast, South Carolina.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Him and Lindsey Graham.
Ooh.
Pretty much everything they do is comically bad.
Yeah, including Trump. Did you get that email that I sent you about his quote from his book?
What was the quote?
In that book that you wrote in 2000 or 199.
Oh, I think I did get that, yeah.
He talked about bin Laden being danger and how that Al Qaeda was going to attack and do something really severe.
So-
Now, he said that in 2000, so you look back on that and goes, this is somebody that was playing heads-up ball back
Yeah.
in 2000, and George Bush was just poo-pooing the memo that he got, and then all of a
Right.
sudden we get attacked. And I'm thinking, this guy is playing heads-up ball.
You're starting to become a Trump fan.
No, I don't want that buffoon in the White House, but I can admire the brilliance of the way he's running the campaign and the way he's
Pretty much, I think he spent like $30,000 or some ridiculously low number on.
and he's telling everybody, he goes, I'm not going to attack you first. You attack me, then I'm going to come back at you tenfold. So he's got people backing off.
Yes.
Okay, which is good because they've seen
Because they say
what he will do.
Yes. So now he's starting to get them to back off. So I think isn't Jeb Bush 3.0 now is going to go for him again or whatever.
Jeb's a pussy.
Jeb is.
Jeb's a
He's
pussy.
low
I don't
energy.
know. He's low energy. He's a pussy.
And
He
you
really
know what?
is.
That statement about my brother keeps it safe. What Jeb does is forces you to kind of go along with Trump. Because in your head you go, no, he didn't keep it safe.
No, that's
No.
when it happened. And Trump said that. Didn't it happen on his watch? Yeah, it did.
You see, that's that we talked about that in previous episodes.
Yeah.
He speaks to the lizard brain
Lizard
has an
brain
element
that
of
we all have
rationality
that
in
we
it.
try and avoid.
Yeah.
Because the lizard brain will take you places you really shouldn't go. Oh,
But
that
we all had
pesky
that.
little. Oh, I
We
love
all
that.
had that.
Sometimes.
But the Republicans cheered like crazy when Jeb
Yeah.
Bush said that in that thing. And my brain went, What?
The lizard brain's the one that takes over when you're drunk or high
Or is that it?
or horny. This is our segue into the sex part of the show.
Whoa,
Now-
great. Politics into sex.
Oh, it's perfect.
Yes.
We were watching Amy Schumer last night. She's got a new
That's
thing
new
on.
special. I haven't seen it.
I just watched part of it, but it was so funny. She was talking about these sexual activities and how they have different names and stuff. And she said, "This is the one I love." She said, "It's the dolphin." And she said, "Have you heard of the dolphin? Let me tell you what the dolphin is. The dolphin is where the guy's going at it is approaching the woman from the rear, and he tries to poke her in the butt, and she goes, eh, 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 eh." That's the dolphin. Oh, God.
like that.
She's great. And there's something about that kind of humor coming out of her mouth
Right.
that's different than Sarah Silverman. Because Sarah Silverman, to me, is a lot more attractive.
Right.
But they both have this kind of, that's this little girl kind of cutie kind of, then that little smile that she does or Sarah Silverman does. Sarah Silverman's got a little more wickedness to it, the smile.
Yeah.
But so anyway, so I've got to go back and watch the whole thing because it
Yeah,
was
I haven't
just,
seen.
it was just
I haven't seen
oh,
it,
was,
but I want to. At the
oh.
Apollo, directed by Chris Rock.
oh no shit.
Yeah.
Really? Oh.
Who's going to be doing the Academy Awards this year? Again.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Really? Oh,
Chris
God.
Rock doing the Oscars.
I'm there.
I know.
I'd watch it for him. The rest of the,
Yeah.
fuck it. But
Yeah.
so anyway, yeah, it's Trump, Hillary.
I still don't buy
Trump
it.
Clinton,
I
you don't?
It's hard to. It's easy to say I don't buy it, but then if you push me to the next question, well then who is it?
Yeah. There is no answer.
Rubio.
The guy sweats. He drinks too much water, and he's too young.
Somebody's going to coalesce around the establishment. It looks like an establishment candidate, don't you think?
The
Which
established.
means somebody has been a governor, has been a senator, has been a congressman, or has been something.
This whole thing
Why?
is anti-establishment.
I get that.
And if the establishment is able to prevail and say we're going to run with the exclamation point, Jeb,
He'll lose big time.
Jeb,
People stay away.
or Rubio, yeah, they'll stay away. They're
Yeah.
they're going to completely ignore it because they'll
Well,
feel
I don't know
like
if they'll
they
stay
get,
away on Rubio, but they'll stay away on Jeb. I just think
They'll
Jeb
feel like
doesn't
that they-
realize that he's done.
Who, Jeb?
Jeb.
Oh, he's done. Yeah, he
Yeah.
needs to back off. Like, you know what he needs to do? He needs to pull a Biden. He needs to bow out. He just needs to go. I'm done.
The dirty tricks he got exposed too.
Who?
Jeb
He had some
planning
dirty
that
tricks.
woman in the Trump audience. You didn't hear about that? Oh. See, they don't realize it's not. We have the internets now.
Oh, that pesky interweb.
Pesky interweb. So this woman, this kind of mom-looking woman, asked Trump a question, about women and how he treats women and women's, and all this, and was not buying his answer, and it turns out she works for the Jeb Bush
Oh,
campaign.
that little girl, younger girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she
Works
was.
for the Jeb Bush campaign.
Oh,
Caught with your thumb in the...
up your ass. is what you-
Exactly.
yeah. That pesky interweb and the photos and videos that Jon Stewart used so well.
Right.
That's not truth or lies. That's just what really happened. That's what really happened. There it is right there. That's all the tape we got. One camera, one shot. That's what happened.
You said it.
You said, there it is.
You revealed yourself.
They either are not afraid to reveal themselves.
They buy their own bullshit,
Yeah.
right? So they think they're right and they don't realize how wrong they are. Or they're right in that small little world.
In that world, they're right. Their own little echo chamber because that's what they hear and that's what people want to talk
And that's
about
what people
and that's
come
the
up
way
to
they
them
say
and tell
and
them
talk.
all
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah.
You're so great, right? Whatever.
It's like people that grow up
Yeah.
and all their friends talk a certain way and they go to the same church and everybody, has got the same opinions and they grow up thinking that's the way the world is. They don't realize that, no, that's just that cracker trailer park in East Texas.
Yes. I mean, I know we've got people on both sides, but I saw this note and I really thought, this is the mentality you're dealing with, right? This was something posted. This got 216 thumbs up. This was talk about Obama. So this is where these guys really come from. This is how they describe him. This arrogant narcissist SOB needs to be hung on the White House lawn from the biggest tree. right? I mean,
Yeah.
he is the biggest mistake America ever made. He's delusional and mentally unstable. He hates America and Americans, and he's trying to destroy America before he leaves office. That's his agenda, and he's setting us up to be ruled by Muslim extremists. People need to be ready to protect themselves and their families. That's what you're dealing with.
Yeah. The machines that are set up to create this level of fear
Yeah.
have now created these monsters that they can't control.
Yes.
They've created it now, and it's
Yeah.
starting to come home to roost. And it ain't going to be pretty.
It ain't pretty now.
No. The first victims are going to be their own leaders.
Establishment.
Oh, yeah. Their own leaders, so-called establishment, because they feel like they've been lied to all
So
these years.
how do you think this all plays out then? Because they've lost the Republican Party, I think. The Freedom Caucus got
Freedom
Boehner
Caucus,
out. They seem to be growing. I mean,
Yeah.
if the election comes up, I think the Democrats will cream them, at least on the presidential side.
Oh, yeah, no, I think
But I think that Freedom Caucus will get bigger
it may very well.
in red
Yeah.
districts because you've gerrymandered
Well,
the districts.
And the House of Representatives may become useless.
Pretty much
Yeah.
undoable.
Yeah.
Don't you think that really could happen? So the question is, I don't see this Freedom Caucus getting smaller.
No, probably not.
I don't think so. So to the establishment Republican, do they form a new party?
No, they have to sit down. They have to sit on their hands and be quiet during this and let these people have their play.
Right.
They have to let them have their candidate and have their
So
chance.
let them sit out 2016?
Yes, they have to let them have their candidate of choice.
Right.
Just sit back and let it happen.
And watch, and you think Trump will get creamed by
Yeah,
it.
I think you get creamed just on the women's vote alone.
So let's say they get creamed, and it's like he loses 60-40, which would be a
Yeah.
cream
Yeah.
in today's day and age. Okay, now what happens?
Well,
All the Tea Partiers get wiped out in the same vote?
That's a possibility.
I don't think it is a possibility with the way it's been gerrymandered.
Well, I don't know. At that point, the establishment at that point has got to field candidates that can pick off the Tea Party people. They have to look back and say, look, these people have run us into the ditch. This Freedom Caucus and
Right.
all these nuts at that point are run us into the ditch. At some point, somebody's going to have to stand up, have the balls to stand up and say, no, I don't want these people's support.
Yeah.
I don't want this freedom. I don't want this Tea Party
They
caucus.
will
I don't want
lose
this.
the
Because
conventional wisdom.
It's a small group of people. It's not that big.
Yeah, I don't know how you get them out of there. I think the way you get them out of there is
I think it's going to be attrition.
so you
attrition.
got another 10
Yeah.
years of this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm worried that the Democrats right now can seem to be winning president things, but can't win anything else. That allows us to go on and on and on and on.
Yeah. And that may be where we're headed for the next 50 years.
I love how they're all rallying around Paul Ryan as he's the new savior now, and he's the intellectual heavyweight of the
Yeah.
party. Really?
Well, not an intellectual heavyweight. It's the only person that they can all agree on, supposedly. Supposedly, the Freedom Caucus now is kind of given their nod, but he's also laid out conditions
Yeah.
for him to take it.
Pretty
so
much.
now the question is, if those conditions are his line in
He
the
wants
sand,
everybody on the same team.
yes, when they show
And
that
that
they're
they're not
not
gonna
on
be
the
able-
like team, does he then bow out?
Yeah.
Is that his threat?
So the first time Paul Ryan does something they don't like, according to these new rules that he's coming in on, they won't do something, I don't know, that triggers
Getting rid of it.
getting rid of him.
I don't know. I have no idea. I mean, it's all kind of new territory, actually. I think to this level it is,
Yeah.
and I don't think they've ever had, because there's 40 people that are keeping votes from happening.
Yeah. And I didn't know that a Speaker of the House could be anybody. It doesn't have to be an elected
I didn't
position.
either. That's frightening. So it could be Bill Cosby.
It could be Bill Cosby. That's the
I vote for Sarah Silverman. I think she would be good.
Well, I like the idea it could be anybody.
Chris Rock.
I think they should take advantage of that.
And who would they put in?
Don't make it a outside leader.
Who would they pick?
Republicans?
Ben Carson.
Well, they would be putting in somebody like a Mitt Romney or
Oh, they would never agree on him.
no. Who? Oh, right now, who would they put in?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be something like Ben Carson.
Or Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz could step down from being
Senate?
a senator. He
We
would.
could only hope. No.
Yeah.
Ted Cruz is, his belief anyway. His plan is that, Carson and Trump self-exploded. He gets the majority of the remnants.
How delusional can
Huh?
you? How
That's
delusional
because he's been
can
buddying
you
it up
actually
with. That's why he's
be?
buddied up with Trump.
Yeah, but at some point, Trump's going to slap him down. That's going to be good when Trump takes after Cruz. And Cruz, I think Cruz is smart enough not to say anything about Trump.
He
'Cause
is.
Trump,
He has.
because Trump will come after
Cruz
his ass.
thinks that at some point the Republicans going to want somebody with experience, or Carson and Trump are going to do something stupid more than they've done. I don't know how that's possible,
Yeah,
but
he's a fool. He's waiting on something that ain't going to happen. But see, I think that the other faction of the true believers, they want some uber faithful Christian kind of guy like Cruz to
so
be
Cruz
in
would
there.
be a
See,
logical
Trump
candidate.
doesn't fit that bill.
No.
You know,
Trump brings in a bunch of other people, I think.
They've had their shot with the war hero. They've had their shot with the guy who is supposedly the big business dude, and they're going to have their shot now with somebody like Trump as a reality star. And the only thing left is some sort of evangelical.
I think Trump appeals to Washington is broken. That's the main tenet, right? They've been saying that for a gillion years. Washington is broken. Elect me to go fix it.
Yeah,
Right?
and everybody
Isn't that
says they were
every-
going to fix it, but they never do.
Right.
Okay,
Because
so
they go
I'm
into the
going
Senate
to-
or they go in.
Yeah.
He's the ultimate, reality
Fix-It.
Mr.
Yeah.
Fix-It. But here is the funny little side story that, if it is true, kind of makes me smile. That if Trump, supposedly, now Trump says he's worth $10 million, but everybody else says Trump's worth $2.9 billion.
I can live off 2 point. Who gives a shit?
2.9,
that-
whether two. Well,
Yeah,
it
who
is.
cares?
This is why it's important.
Yeah.
If Trump would have just taken Daddy's money and put it in the stock market where you just go with the S&P,
Yeah.
just straight across S&P
Yeah.
index average, just stuck it there about a very kind of conservative thing you could do.
Yeah.
Right, and then just finger paint it, he'd be worth $8 billion instead of $2.9 billion.
But it's not about the money for him. It's about the fame. It's about the notoriety. It's about the notice.
But the great businessman isn't. That's the point. He's not as great as you may think that he was.
No. I mean, he didn't start out from scratch. He didn't build it from nothing.
No.
He
No.
had help.
Big help. Big help.
Big help.
Yeah, and you could argue he's actually decreased it in real dollars. But he does have the ability to hit the lizard brain, and he ain't slowing down yet. Carson, I do think, could go. So the question is, where do the evangelicals go? Will they go to Trump?
Mm-hmm.
I think they go to
They
Cruz.
are. They are.
I think they go to Cruz.
Some of the polls, they've shown that he's attracting evangelicals. How? I have no idea.
It's about as
Well,
unchristian as
he's-
you can get.
Well, but if you think about the evangelical preachers that are the prosperity Jesus people, okay?
Right.
Prosperity Jesus, prosperity Trump, same kind of bullshit. Both of them, they all have good-looking wives.
Right.
And bad hair.
And Trump had him up to his little castle there, the Trump Castle.
Oh, really?
Trump Tower, yeah.
Yeah.
And they all were circling around him, and he just kind of, this is another funny moment. He just kind of stood there, and they pray, dear God, pray for our Donald, to give him
Oh,
the
he had
wisdom.
a bunch of religious
Oh, he had a
leaders?
bunch
Oh, I
of,
didn't.
not a religious leader, a bunch of just hardcore evangelicals
Yeah.
praying around him, and he's just standing there, just standing there.
Sucking it all in.
And getting his little laying on the hands Jesus thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. God. Well, maybe they'll make him into the...
Oh, I think he's playing that.
Yeah. Oh, he's playing everybody. Are you kidding? That's what is so brilliant about it. And
He does.
why? You know what's everybody knows he's playing them, but there are people that are buying off on it. It's like Joe in the morning. He keeps talking about all these establishment Republicans that he talks to, and he asked them. He said, "Who you voting for?" They all go Trump.
Huh.
Trump, 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 Trump. And he's just shaking his head. He's going, he's not naming any names, but he goes, I don't know what's going on. And all the people that they have going on there that are so-called establishment pundits,
Yes.
everybody's shaking their head, goes, we've never seen anything like this, don't have any idea what's going on, won't even venture a guess at what's going to happen. to knock him off the pedestal that he's on now would take, I don't know what it would take.
Can't imagine him
There's
saying anything worse than what he's already said.
Right,
And that didn't.
and he's already started to get quiet. He's not
Yeah.
as noisy
Right.
as he was.
Right.
So I think he's at least getting that.
Yeah.
Well,
It'll be interesting
yeah.
as the world turns.
Yes.
It is a soap opera.
It is. I love it. It's yeah. This is not reality TV. This is like real life, reality life. What would you call it? Reality.
It's
what?
kind of a merger of the two.
Yeah.
Reality TV meets real life, and it's a spawn. It's a spawn of reality
Spawn
TV.
of it? What would it be?
I don't know. It would be spawnality or something.
Spawnality. That's
Strange.
Nasty. Yeah.
All right. Tune in to Carl and Mike as we continue. What are we doing? Commentating.
Watch the Amy
watch-
Schumer thing.
Watch the Amy Schumer thing live at the Apollo on HBO. We will get.
We'd like to thank our sponsor, Amy Schumer, for
Thank you, Amy.
sending us a check-in for this particular episode. Thanks a lot, and
thanks. We
love
appreciate that. We love
Yeah.
your stuff.
Yeah.
And get us at carlmike.net. It's all there, all
Yeah.
the goodies, including
Yeah.
mighty fine show notes to this episode and all our episodes.
Yeah.
Michael, we're building a body of work here now.
Yes.
I don't know, it's kind of like a blob, but it's a body nonetheless. Yeah. All right. Peace.
Out.